All right, y'all, get in here, get in here, get in here. And this is for everybody. Usually I say for North Carolina, but everybody needs to be calling your senators. North Carolina, I mean, y'all could call Turkey Neck Tom and hide in the bushes Ted Bud. I don't think it's going to do any good. We might as well go ahead and cross them off the list because I think that they're going to go ahead and vote on this. But you definitely need to call your senator if you are somewhere else, because HR Bill 1526, this is a direct threat to the principles of American democracy. Basically undermines the judicial branch by allowing the executive branch to influence over courts and weaken the congressional oversight. So yeah, there's no one to be like the guardrails. So like so the bowling ball don't veer over there in somebody else's lane or be in the alley. Yeah, this right here would just go ahead and strip them on off and throw them behind you because they do not like the fact that this is allowed. They do not like the fact that they have checks and balances that tell them that in fact, you can't do that. And it's real interesting that today, the Speaker of the House, Richard Scarry's Mike Johnson, was just like, oh, yeah, that they can do that and they can overtake these lower courts and what have you. I just, I, I'm just wondering, like, when y'all had like third and fourth and fifth grade social studies, what the fuck was being taught? Because I'm going to say there was nothing. But then y'all still had to go to high school. But the fact of the matter is, you are responsible for constituents. You are responsible for senators and you are responsible for the governmental process. And you're going to go on record as saying that y'all can overtake courts. Now, that might be what you're trying to do. But what you cannot do is that. So I'm really trying to understand the fact that all of us were made to learn constitutional law in some aspect growing up, matriculating through the process, especially if you went to college, which the right many of us I know went to. Either you lying or them people at the schoolhouse lied. Either way, somebody owes some money. That's the way I'm going to look at this. Run us those student loans, all of them, because what? Now, parts of this bill also propose expanded executive authority that could be used to suppress dissent and limit access to information, which is what they're trying to do anyways, because if it wasn't for our overseas friends letting us know, like, hey, look, we're with you. Hey, this is what's going on. A lot of us wouldn't know a lot of this shit because, again, we're being suppressed from information. So many departments are being stripped down from the inside. There's no way to communicate information. Hell, they want old people to go on Twitter to find out about their Social Security Administration benefits. Let me explain something to you. My adopted grandma don't have nobody's internet, and God rest my father's soul, that man never even touched a regular a smartphone. He had a flip phone. That man never used a computer. I know a lot of old elderly people that have never used computers ever, because they're just like, nah, we're good. That's not, I need paper copies of things. This basically is going to cut the separation of power. So you need to call your senators today and you need to tell them, I need to make sure, we know what your stance is on HR Bill 1526. Because if your stance is not no, we need to have another conversation about when are you up for a re-election? When is it time for you to come on and sit down at the House? Because absolutely not. We cannot allow them to disregard the Constitution as we know it to be the legal and enforceable document that it is. We cannot allow the court system to be overtaken by people who do not understand the judicial process and how it is separated. We cannot allow people who do not understand that there are three branches of government for a reason, and each branch has their own branch of to where they can branch off to, but where they can't intertwine in. So again, you need to make sure you call your senators, and if you don't get them, leave a message. If you can't call them because that work don't let you make them phone calls, then baby, they got email. But I need y'all to get on it, Because I don't want to hear later on, you see, they out here wanting us to pick berries for $11 an hour in this economy that they created. Um, so don't be up here whining and complaining. Get the shit done today. And comment done when you have.